Jimmy, you welcome to the show.
Some troublesome members of the House. It's always a pleasure to be here. I think I was intrigued at Theo mentioning Leclerc when we were talking about sportsmen.
No, it was looking at the next gen. It was looking at the next gen.
Why didn't he talk about Verstappen?
No, he just mentioned. I mean, it was about
I
Formula
want to
One.
look for trouble.
Jimmy, no, you are welcome. You know, when he's there, we are welcome. And I tell you this, the lines are open. So today there is fire. You guys will fire as much as possible. Because this is the last of the decade. It is your show. It is the show of the fans. We're dedicating to you guys. So be part of this as much as possible. Okpa, you're welcome to the show.
It's nice being here. Okay.
All right, before you guys came in, we're looking at the short list for the coach of the decade. And then we arrived at three. We shot three short lists for those three for the decade. We just taken Pep Guardiola, who won 7 league titles out of the 10 years in the decade in top league. Who won the FA Cup, the poker, and then the FA Cup in all the cups in all the Copa del Rey. He won the EPL and also won the Champions League. So that qualifies him as one of the contenders for the coach of the decade. All right, where are we? We are right there in Ogun. Owolafe, how are you?
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
First call, I do mistake. You do mistake. You don't know that you are a Man U fan.
Owolafe, you are a Kwara United fan. Are you not?
You are a Man U fan to that. I know you. Before you start on Channel Television, I've been watching you. Don't tell me. The chief man, the legacy man who hand over to you, I know him. So what are you saying?
Okay, Kwara United are back to the Premiership through the back door.
Let me just tell you something. You know I want to travel to Warri.
Okay.
But something just happened on the road. So I need to come back to go and watch Kwara United.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm preparing from the MFM. When the MFM coming up, Byron already told me that when the MFM, you will sleep my house. So to know that we are planned for it properly. Okay. Not only me, the Kwara United. All of Kwara United, you will see them that day.
We are inviting you to the studio. You are one of our greatest callers, so at least we need to have you here. I will talk about Kwara United. When you are coming to Lagos, let us know. I would like to watch the match before I can come to your studio. If you lose, so that
if we lose, you people won't allow me to sit down. But I don't want to. I want to win so that I can come to your studio.
No, Jimmy.
So I can get out.
No, Jimmy, all of them, they love you. They love you.
Your program. It's because of program. I need to put them on. No lie. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Olafe. Thank you very much. So Olafe means, I think maybe one of our callers of the decade. One of the callers of the decade. Is Olafe. So so let us go on. We've taken Pep Guardiola. Let's take the next contender for the coach of the decade, ZIDANE. Okay, there he is. Not much. He just won in his brief period as coach, he won the La Liga in 2017, but then he did what has never been done. Since 92-93 that the Champions League started, no coach has even won it back. Talk less of back-to-back. They just win one and come back and run and come back. But Zidane did it 2016, 2017, and 2018. So for this feat, yes, that pushed him there. They say it is not how far, but how well he accomplished this in a very short time. So that made him, a contender for the coach of the decade. But let's take the third and final contender, Gillian Ellis. Gillian Ellis is the coach of the U.S. female team. There is Jill Ellis. She won the CONCACAF in 2014, and then I did another thing. She won the World Cup. The World Cup back-to-back. 2015 and 2019. I tell you this, the only one human being has done that before, and that was the France, the coach of Italy, that did it back-to-back after Uruguay won, 34-38. So you can imagine, Jill was not born then, and I don't think any of us were born in that era. Some of you would have been born anyway, but then that is before the World War. Yeah. So guys in the house, let's cast our vote before the callers come in.
Undoubtedly, I'll give it to Pep Guardiola.
Okay.
Pep did something for Pep, it was not about just winning.
Okay.
It was about just imposing his style.
Okay.
And if you say, Pep inherited a disgruntled Barcelona team.
Yes.
From,
Facts.
Frank
Rijkaard, yes.
The match I knew Rijkaard would be sacked was the match the guy had to, just like Mourinho, threw the bottle, slam it against the boot. And when Pep came in, nobody gave him that chance. And he came, patiently, he reestablished the Young style.
Yeah.
And he moved over to Bayern Munich. And he did something also. Bayern were about going forward. Though they were treble champions, no doubt. But he did something. He made Bayern in his own image. Maybe I should put it that way. And something Jürgen Klinsmann could not do with Bayern Munich. After like 4 or 5 months, he was sacked. So Pep, after 3 years, he painstakingly put his philosophy in place. And he came to Man City, chartered every record. And today, you have to surpass Jose Mourinho for his 100th win.
I would easily go for Gilles Ellis because of what she had done, being the coach of world champions back-to-back, 2015, 2019, especially when you consider the amount of egos she had to contend with. You look at the caliber of players she had to contend with then, and even right up to the last edition that they did win. I think most times we probably do not contend enough with the efforts they have to go, put into it to get the females to replicate success after success. The U.S. national team, when you consider that activism in terms of equal pay and all the whatnots, the coach has got a major role to play. I think for all we talk about, when it has to be the coach of the decade, I'd rather give it to Ellis because of what she was able to do with the female national team, ensuring that throughout that decade, they were able to get success in, success out.
For me, I will go with Ellis, just like Jimmy. And the reason is this. World Cup is the biggest stardom. Exactly.
International football.
In international football.
No,
but to be fair, no. I'm coming.
Club manager,
I understand.
So, can't judge him on the World Cup.
So to be fair to club managers, while also not taking it away from national team managers. For the national team, yes, you have said Pep instilled his philosophy. But instilling your philosophy, you are allowed to buy players of all nationalities.
But never for the national team.
Hold on. But for the national team, you can't.
You are constrained.
You have to work with the resources at your disposal. How much has it taken? How much has it cost Pep to assemble all this team that we're talking about? We're talking of billions of
Naira, over time, to
get to that point, in getting people
over time
from
but it is not money.
I'm not judging him based on it, but I'm saying
you can spend money and not have the team.
You can spend money and not have the team.
Of course, at the point Real Madrid were the costest player when they won, then they on Ancelotti for decades.
No doubt about that.
Again, I think the debate has more to do with club football and international football.
So, but
you go with Gilles Ellis.
I go with Gilles Ellis.
All right. So the house goes
World Cup back-to-back. Is no mean feat.
2-1, Gilles Ellis as the coach of the decade. So
if we give you that vote, you're supposed to be.
So I'm not voting. So that we can always have a winner. So 2-1, for that, and then that is Gilles Ellis, and then runner-up Pep. Okay, Pep, don't worry. When you take over the Spanish national team,
honorable
the lines
mention.
are still open.
Zidane.
Honorable mention. Zidane. So those are the 3 ones. All right. So now let's go for the sport person of the decade. Let's do that. Let's do that now so that the voting can start. Where do we start from? Let's start with Lewis Hamilton. We have a short list of 5. Let me just mention them: Lewis Hamilton, Floyd Mayweather, LeBron James, Usain Bolt, and then one female, Serena Williams again. So we have 4 male contenders and 1 female contender for the sport person of the decade, 2010 to 2019. Let's start. Okay, this is it. This is Serena Williams. Australian Open. She won it 3 times. 2010.
Yep, 2015 and
2017.
She won the French Open in 2013 and 2015. She won the Wimbledon in 2010, 2012, 2015, and
US
2016.
Open.
US Open 2012, 2013, and 2014.
The top finals.
2012, 2013, and 2015.
These are, you know, singles. Then for the double, she won the Australian Open in 2010, French Open
2010, Wimbledon,
and then Wimbledon
2012 and 2016.
Olympic gold medalist
in London 2012.
Now, so she won all the majors at least twice. At least twice in the 10 years. 14 big ones she got. So, all right, let's go to Ogun State.
Shola.
And Shola is there. Hello, Shola, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, happy nice Sunday and happy New Year in advance.
In advance. Better 2020.
Yes,
Good.
Speaking coach of the year is not an easy job.
It's not.
But looking at what is happening, like I rightly said the other time, personally, I give it to Pep.
Okay.
I give it to Pep because Pep met a Barca charter team.
Yeah.
Made it a model. He left there. He went to Bayern. There is there with his philosophy, but Bayern had the balance team when he came around. But when he got to Man City was not there when it comes to EPL. But he established the place of Man City, and the team is still a force to reckon with, even at the Champions League level today. So that it's not just by coaching, but instilling what you believe in a team. Just like when we have Ferguson in Man U.
Yeah.
You can see that team built on him. You see Alex Ferguson carrying the team upon his shoulder. The same thing happened to Pep. Pep carried the team, the Man City, every club he has coached. He carried them upon his life. So, to me, he's the coach of the year. Everybody can try, but to me, as a person, he's the coach of the year. Thank you very much.
All right, we agree with Shola. We'll be taking notes. We'll be taking notes because the callers are saying 1 for Pep. The house is saying 2-1 Pep. So it's maybe 4, 2-2 now. 1 out, 1 there. So, but let's still go on because we have a long way to go. We've taken Serena Williams. Who comes next in our sport person of the decade? Who comes next? Who comes next? Let's have it. Let's have it. Who is going to flash next? Are we flashing Lewis Hamilton, Floyd Mayweather? Okay, Floyd Mayweather, like we know. All right, Usain Bolt. Okay, London 2012. 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x1.
Unprecedented double.
Unprecedented double. And triple. Repeat back.
Unprecedented double treble.
Yes, World Championship. You know, these are okay. So go on. The World Championship, Moscow, 2013. That is, you know, that is the
100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100. It won gold.
Yes.
And that in
Beijing
2015. He won the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x100 meters gold.
This is. I mean,
Usain Bolt, phenomenal this decade. You can't take that away from him. The charisma he brings to even competition says a lot. You remember the dabbing?
Of course, of course.
Of the great man himself.
All right.
But let's see other athletes.
Let's see other. Let's see. Who else do we have? Do we have LeBron James? Do we have is LeBron James ready? Who do we have? Let's get so that our guys can vote. Mayweather went decade unbeaten. 10 fights, 10-1, and that is his 50th fight. So that one is undisputed. We don't, I mean, so we are going for Mayweather, and also, you know, he's a money guy. He made the money. We shall look at that, the money weather. But let's see, who is next for us? That is, okay, the King James. King James, let's get him. We know he won. He was 8 times, 8 finals in a row. 4 with Miami Heat and 4 with Cleveland. Yeah. So let's see. MVP 3 times. You know, so All-Stars every
selection.
year. He made the All-Stars from 2010 to 2019. Every single year he was there. Are we having these details? Where did we keep it so that the guys can...
NBA champion 2012, 2013, and 2016.
Yes.
He also made the NBA Finals most valuable player in 2012, 2013, as well as 2016. He was 4 times NBA most valuable player. 3 times 2010, 2012, and 2013.
Yeah.
He made the All-Star team, like you said, from
2010 to 2019
up until 2019.
It was
19,
all through the decade. Yeah.
The decade was really phenomenal.
In terms of statistics, I think LeBron James has to be the king. is shown by virtue of the points scored, points per game, different statistics. Even if you want to talk about turnovers, LeBron James has been very imperious.
All right. Okay, we'll talk. Can we have Lewis Hamilton? Well, because Floyd Mayweather, like we know, Floyd Mayweather, the money man, 10 straight fights. He won all 10 during the decade, undefeated. And then, like we said, the spy. Okay,
That's
let's see. This is Hamilton. This is Hamilton 5. In 10 years, he won 5 championships.
5 champions, exactly.
Vettel won 4, and then Rosberg won 1. So yeah, I mean that is the man that is pursuing one more to catch up with Schumacher. He already has most poles.
Exactly.
He has 83 wins. Schumacher has 91 wins.
3 titles in a row, most pole position. He ended the season with 11 wins, matching his previous record of best in 2014.
He's always scoring points, scoring records, creating records. I mean, he's got to be the man. When you consider the fact. For Formula 1. Okay. Yes, for Formula 1. But what he does at every competition, he does enter for, you got to give him the plaudits because he keeps setting records afresh. Now, as it were, he's still in there.
Absolutely. You can't talk about
motorsport. And he can not talk about much more in terms of what he could do for the sport. So, Lewis Hamilton is on his way to being the greatest Formula 1 driver ever.
The moment he catches that number 7, and then
whoever is going to catch him will take eons.
because among his peers now, they
at a point in time, Vettel was ahead.
Yeah.
I used to rate Vettel ahead of him.
Of course.
Right now, whether you like it or not,
it was in this decade.
It was in this decade.
From 2010 to 2014.
A few years ago. But right now, what we have is Lewis Hamilton has shown is the man to talk about. If you're not talking about Lewis Hamilton in Formula 1, you're not talking of anything.
All right. So now, now we've had the 5. So where goes your vote?
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt, undisputable. Where goes your vote?
Serena Williams.
Where goes your vote?
I hate to say the Serena Williams.
Serena Williams, 2 Serena Williams.
11 slams out of 40 possible. 11.
14 out of 40.
I mean, when you look at this, you have to say Serena has done it herself very well.
Olympic gold,
single,
Olympic gold, double, WTA championship.
Ken, I was even talking about the singles. But when you consider the fact that no lady had gotten near a record, no lady can threaten what she's got going at the moment, then you have to give it to her.
A dominant decade.
She's able to do that. We're talking about those that are competing. The open era. Those that are competing at the moment.
But Margaret Court also competed, so it is an era.
She hasn't retired.
All right.
Serena hasn't retired.
Okay, so 23-24. We're still talking about number 24, but the house says Serena Williams is the athlete of the decade.
2-1.
Oh, wow. But he's saying Usain Bolt, the lightning bolt. Of course, I talked about Muhammad Ali. I said, yes, he is the greatest. So we are still having them until they become the greatest. So the lines out, that is the man. That is the man that came runners up to Serena Williams according to this house. So the lines are still open. Lines are open for you. It is your time to choose
it's
who.
good to mention that before his swan song season,
the
only race he never won, not lost.
Yes.
The only race he never won was one he was disqualified, and the Beast won it.
Yes,
so before his swan song season, he won
every race he entered for, every major race.
Several records.
He created it. They had 100 meters world record, 200 meters world record.
Athletics.
Yes.
Floyd Mayweather won all bouts. Destroyed everybody in his category.
Okay.
50-0.
Okay, so but we're looking at it. But if it is possible, while we are waiting for your calls, let us take. Okay, we're not going that. Let us look at how much each of the how much the end. The top earners of the decade, if that is that ready. Okay, but we are here in Lagos. Hello. Hello, Ralph. You are in Lagos. People from hello.
Yes, I'm in Lagos. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you, my guy. Go on.
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah, we are hearing you. You are the one talking. Let's hear you.
Okay. I want to contribute on the the decade of the coach. I think the lady, the woman, should take the decade of the
coach of the decade.
So Pep Guardiola, when he got to Barca is already a formidable team when he got there.
No.
So that's what gives him the edge to win the league and the Champions League. So moving to Bayern Munich, you know, the edge was not there. So it would be able to win the league for them. Then coming to Man City, I can say it at any time that Man City is the strongest team that is competing for Premiership before it comes there. As it is now, Man City will never win Champions League. The least they can go is quarterfinal. That is my own opinion. But for ZINEDINE today, he has done a good job. But I think the lady,
Gilelis,
should be the coach of the decade. And for the men of the decade, I mean the
athlete of the decade.
Men of the decade, I think that should also go for Usain Bolt. Because Usain Bolt has broken several records from 200 meters to 400 meters.
All right.
That's my own opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rev. You know, Okpe tried to, you know, when he was talking about Pep in Barcelona, I think keeping that record straight, actually, like he said, by the time he got into Barcelona, the place was already in almost in disarray. And that was why, you know, some of the big top, like the Ronaldinho's of this world, Deku, even Eto'o at one, you know, they were asking and say, please leave, I'm going to start. And they are saying, you are starting with rookies, promoting the basket of these players from their junior team, bringing them up, giving Lionel Messi a prime role, resign the team. So, you know, I mean, they didn't do well. I mean, the 2 seasons before he came in, and in the last season, it was a bit terrible. But in Bayern, he met a team that were, you know, the European champions. And in City, of course, he has all the backings, he has all the cash in the world to buy who he wants to buy. But that in spite of all that, the costless defender and the costliest goalkeeper are with Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has, you know, the 75 million men over there in building. But when we talk about money, we look at Pep. We don't look at what, you know, the man is doing over there.
Because it's only going to social. Harry Maguire.
Harry
Maguire.
The costliest goalkeeper is Alisson. Okay, let's go to Abuja. Lawrence of Abuja, not Lawrence of Arabia. Hello, Lawrence. How are you?
What I can say about the coach of the year, the coach of the decade.
Yes.
Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I'm a Chelsea fan, but what I'm seeing from the man is that he's doing a very good job.
A very. Okay.
Yeah, for the athlete of the
decade.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams. Okay. Yeah. So at least the house, you went with the house. The other one, you went with the Minority Report. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Lawrence. How's Abuja? Are you still there? Okay, Lawrence has gone. All right. I think I should be asking you guys so that we have a feelers of what, you know, the country looks like and the world. If you're calling from outside Nigeria, also, I know a lot of you are trying to come, you make your net calls so that, you know, we get the Z. We're in the studio here. We're having fun. It is the Yuletide season.
For the highest paid athlete of the decade, that's in black and white.
Yes.
That does not need voting.
No, we're not voting. Exactly. We just want to look at. We want to look at it.
We have the top 10.
I would even love to start from number, you know, down. You know, but there are 10. But if you look at Phil Mickelson at $480 million, Tiger Woods, even with all his problems, you know, ended up earning $615 million. Roger Federer, 640.
Some respect on that.
King James, 680 million. Lionel Messi, 750 million. Cristiano Ronaldo, 800 million. And yes, Floyd Mayweather, he's there, 915 million. These figures are mind-boggling, but we are going on another break. Don't press your computer to convert to Naira because you just see error.